Hello everyone, my name is Draconicrose and welcome back to Rimworld. Now today we are still recovering from the infestation and the raid we have. But one thing is certain, our defenses need some sort of upgrading. And for that I am going to see which blocks we have, and we have mostly slate blocks. And I am going to create a structure, well, after I deal with this random wild boar that got mad for some reason. Why are you so mad, bro? Who did I grab? I have managed to grab Zakira and Marcus. Could use Kristen. I'll be honest. Marcus, go out there. Where is the wild boar? There it is. So Zakira should be the first in position. Yes, but Marcus should be able to slow it down, or not. Or you can both fail to hit it. That's completely valid, I suppose. No, it's not valid. You are not valid. Oh, never mind, you are now valid again. There we go. So, as I was saying, I am going to construct a structure. And by the way, I discovered something interesting about Rimworld. You know, I used to say that if you don't have the materials to build something, you can always grab a current thing and just use build copy. Now, there's an easier way. For example, if I left-click this dresser, I get the materials that I currently have that I can build this dresser out of. But if I right-click it, ta-da! I get all the available materials in the game, whether or not I have them. And that despite playing this game for such a long time, I discovered a few days ago. Thank you to the Rimworld subreddit for that tip. The thing I'm going to build is simple. It's going to be a little structure that is going to have sandbags here, turret over there, and yes, it does mean it can only fire in one direction. Although, Kristen, build the other one. Because I am thinking she built that one anyway. That I can mirror this, and I can make the turret fire either way, right? While still giving it side-to-side protection. And that might not be a terrible idea. I don't think. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Now, raids are mostly coming from this side, well, raids and mad animals, or this side. Hence why I destroyed that wall over there, so that if raids come from this side, I can just shoot at them. But these are not the only turrets that we are going to have. No siree. So the pattern should be something like this. Yes, this one is the only one that is kinda weirder. There we go. We'll make enough for 3 turrets right now, though we don't exactly need 3 of them. And I'll let them build before I let you know what I have in mind. Where did I put my electric crematorium? It's over here. Could you work on that? All of these corpses out here are going to start rotting and it's going to be real bad. We can take care of that right now, so no reason not to. And the reason I'm prioritizing this over what I was doing over there is because, well, kind of more important to defend from raids than have like better rooms and such. At least I think so. That should help out now. I am also going to want to have all of these random chunks hauled out of these places, just so that raiders don't have anywhere to run for cover. Now hopefully these will be done like slowly as people have time to haul, instead of them prioritizing that haul, but well, you know. As long as they do it, everything is fine by me. Now, another feature of this will be little battery bay. Basically, when I move this, Zakira's on the smoke cliff binge because she was hungry? Why didn't you eat then? You fought colonists, plenty of meals. Why didn't you eat? That's so weird. It's not restricted to anywhere. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to actually forbid this one. And it is allowed again. They are. You know what? We have 48 days worth of food, so I don't think, and let me do it this way, it's easier. I don't think we are going to need to sow more again. Yeah, let's leave things that way. Let's take care of this, of increasing our base defense, and then we can worry about more sowing. So for now, the Lord Keeper is passing by. That's fine by me. Let's actually start by moving this over there, so that I can also plan the battery bay. Alrighty, lots more reinstalling of these sandbags. No point in making new ones, because we have plenty of the old ones. And these sandbags will protect the turrets from being shot at. So let's make our tiny little battery bay. It's going to be 3 across, and then a door, a slate door, and of course I'm going to want this to have a roof. And for this one I am going to build a new battery. Refugee chased the Dragon's Cave, a Navy tech officer named Superbass. He's being chased from tribespeople, 5 archers, 3 hunters, and 2 warriors. That's a lot of people, even though there's only 2 warriors. I mean, we could try. I don't think it's worth it. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's worth it. So we will construct that, and let me turn off this blueprints mod. I don't know why it always starts turned off. Never turn on the game, that thing is turned off. Which isn't great. And let's continue the reinstallation as well. It's pretty fast to do reinstallation, so I'm not too worried about that. Just going to move them, and eventually we will be able to make our own turrets, which means we can replicate this design over around the base, and eventually be able to turn on our defenses with a single switch. Yeah, that one's going to be neat. At least if things work out the way I think they will. Alright, next thing, power conduits, normal ones over here, subsurface over there. I'm only going for them across because aesthetics. And a power switch over here. Now this power switch will also have a structure around it, so it will be inside the base. But here we will have a slate door. Well, actually it doesn't need to be a slate door since it's inside the base. It will be a wooden door so that it opens fast and our colonists can get things there fast. That's basically it. I should also move these batteries inside the base at some point. Not entirely sure to where, but that's how we go. Now, Entrewan also told me, and quite correctly, that we will be getting sappers from this side. The thing is, sapper AI targets bedrooms. So if we get sappers, they might even come over here, they might poke at these walls, but they will eventually move and try to poke at these because these are the closest to beds. And if my security system ends up the way I imagine it, and I'm not entirely sure why this happened, we will have turrets over here quite capable of eliminating all of the sappers. We have a trade ship, and we know what that means. That means I grab Garrett and go talk to them. They're a butcher, so they're pretty much going to sell meat, I think, and animals, huh? Well, we don't want to sell any of our animals, I don't think. Especially not our mega sloth. We want to keep that one for shearing, but we can sell our wools and leathers, and not our gold, please. I just went down. And we are going to buy actually a tiny bit of insect jelly, just so that for a second our colonists have some more food recreation activity. Because if you look at the needs here and you go to recreation, you can see that we have food consumption, insect jelly, and chemical consumption ambrosia as a recreation that they can ingest. Now this insect meat, I would love it if it got used up. Let's make kibble, but instead of allowing anything, we are going to want to use hay or rice, because we get tons of rice, right? And insect and human meat. So if we get human meat through a drop pod or something, we can still make use of it by making kibble. And since it's limited to some ingredients that we're not going to be restocking, we can basically say do forever, and eventually it will be done and there will be no way to do more. Now, one thing that the TD enhancements pack adds is the urgent refill. And I do want these refrigerators to be urgently refilled if they're empty. And on that note, insect meat should never be on this one. That way, whenever the refrigerator is empty, instead of just, and it should be under 50 because, yeah. They will urgently haul something in there. So the idea here is if someone is hauling just as a normal job and this is below 50, they will top it off. But if this is empty, then it's a first priority to refill it, and they will urgently do it instead of waiting for their normal hauling jobs. At least I hope that's how it works. I could be wrong, I hope I'm not. So there we go. Our turret bays are pretty much done. We don't have any extra sandbags, so I'm going to have to build these two. And the conduits over there are also done. Now I'm going to grab subsurface conduits, and I'm going to move them over here, and then the normal one. And I'm going to toggle this off because, well, actually, right now I want it on, because I want that battery to recharge, right? Even though that means the turrets are going to be on, I want this battery to be fully charged first before I turn it off. But then again, if I don't have a switch there on the batteries afterwards, excuse me, I had to cough. I was saying, if I don't have a switch there and the battery is after the switch, then having it on, it's only going to mean a drain on my power resources, so I'm going to turn that off. But hopefully this will have enough power during combat and whatnot that when I turn them on, there will be a slight buffer so that eliminating one of these or eliminating my power generators won't be an immediate KO for my turrets. Another thing that I might want to do is actually start using a chem fuel generator as a backup, at least. For now, wind and solar doing great for us, but we are producing infinite chem fuel through the infinite chem reactor, even though it's not fast, like at all. So that could mean that having a generator to use in emergencies would be a smart idea. I don't know where I'll put it, but I'll keep that in mind, so that when we expand some more, maybe I'll make like a little emergency bay. Now these potatoes here are going to annoy me. I hope the animals eat them. Oh boy. For now, people are going to sleep, and I really should move these horseshoe pins inside because, well, you know, dangerous out there. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. At any rate, since the turrets are done for now, we can go ahead, like, see, that tiny little bit of power keeps them on for a long time. That's kind of amazing. So colonists are even getting idle, which is somewhat amazing. So it's time to build some more slate walls, I do think. Should these bedrooms like have twice the walls? Well, there's definitely going to be some over here. Right, so might as well build this side of the walls. And to build a copy. And Zakira's room is practically done, it just needs a slate floor, which we can get her. And we have a peace talks quest. I don't think we want to go to this peace talks quest, but we can look at it. It's not that far away, but I really can't be bothered to care. And we also have a caravan over here, and that again means Garrett gets to come over and trade with them. So they have some chickens. I don't think we want chickens, we're not really hurting for anything of the sort. We also don't want any fancy kittens, like a Persian. Though we could get it, but no. We could buy some hay, but we have more than enough rice for our needs. And since we have so much kibble, I'm just going to sell the rest of my insect meat. And everything else I just really want to keep, I suppose. Steel, uranium. Uranium can be good to make weapons out of, and even other stuff like helmets and stuff. Armor. That's the word I'm looking for. Armor. And we have a lot of psychoid leaves. Have we really not researched the tea? Well, we're going to keep this. I'm actually going to sell this joy wire. I think it's more useful to me as silver than it is as a joy wire. And it will hopefully help my wealth go down just a tiny little bit. Alright, so over here I think I can remove the plants. I think this room at least is done. It's basically a giant chunk container. We can mine these over here to make it a little bit more spacious, I suppose. and they'll take care of that. Zakira's bedroom, like I said, it's coming together. It's a slightly impressive bedroom, so she should be happy. And the caravan has started a social fight. Well, at least none of them fell down. She enjoys her slightly impressive bedroom, which is great. So Kristen gets the next one so that we can make the corridor over here. And I forgot if I counted the walls in that planning. So let's see here. It's 5 wide. I think this does, yeah, this does account for the walls. So the walls should come through here. Let's do that. These bedrooms over on this side will actually have 2 ways in. One from each side. And to be honest, that's fine by me. I don't think the colonists are going to mind. At least not much. They shouldn't be traversing each other's bedrooms. I don't think. Considering they have 2 huge corridors. I mean, I guess if maybe someone comes through here, they might want to go that way if they want to go to the kitchen, but I guess we'll have to see. If it becomes a problem, I'll just remove the doors. No big deal there. So let's do that. Let's grab a slate tile and put it in. Not enough. That means someone might start doing something about it. Or not, because slate blocks are way over there and we don't have enough. That means I have to move sandstone chunks elsewhere. Well, that is a bit of a bummer. So let's remove the automatic home toggle and let's make a dumping stockpile zone down here that I'm going to hide. And I'm going to clear all, make it critical, and let's just make it a good one for sandstone chunks. And that is where they will bring all the sandstone chunks that we don't care about and that need to be moved out of here. There we go, sandstone chunks no longer allowed here. So haul them out. That should be more than enough, keeping the haulers busy. So this way they'll only bring in chunks that I care about, so marble and slate, and maybe granite, and of course the steel chunks. So we can't actually get granite unless we get like a meteorite or something. That should be fine. Now steel chunks should get torn up around here. I wonder if I can do smelt metal from slag. Do forever? No. And only ingredient ratio. I'd love to be able to tell them smelt forever as long as there's items in a certain stockpile. I'm sure there might be a mod for it. And where did this chunk come from? What the heck? Like I was saying, I'm sure there might be a mod for it, but I don't know of it, so that'll be it. Let me rename this zone here. This is the sandstone dump. And so that I know why the heck there's a lot there when I play the next time. Again, these over here should also go, because we're gonna have our turrets come right over here probably. That does mean we get a little bit of room to expand, or just to make a dangerous place for raiders to be in. We'll have to see how things go on that front. I did my hauling thing like miss some chunks. Removing these would also be a good idea. Because if I put colonists here for a raid that comes from over here, I don't want them being able to get cover behind these chunks. So yeah, we're kind of, sort of, maybe raid-proofing our base. Lots of work to be done over here, but that is a lot of work that will have to wait for our next episode. But until then, don't forget to subscribe for more Rimworld. And until next time, remember, here there be dragons.
Thank you so much to my patrons for making this channel possible. Click the Patreon logo to become one of these fine folk. And if you enjoyed the video, here are some more YouTube things you would like. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.